Hey folks, my name is Jürgen, aka Not I'm Proud of It, and Destiny has brought you to my channel today to check out the review of the new Masters of the Universe movie. I just came out of the NBC Universal office in the heart of Amsterdam, and I'm gonna take it back to the studio, but I wanted to give you a first impression, and it is Embargo moment, so I'm allowed to talk about it. And yeah, I just came out of the office. I just have seen the movie in their private cinema. They have that up there in this building, and I was pretty much blown away. So we're gonna take this to the office and we're gonna actually talk about it in a little bit of a longer video. I see you back in the office with my normal setup, but yeah, heart of Amsterdam, just seen the movie, and I need to talk about it. I definitely do. Alright folks, I'm back in the studio and no Masters of the Universe review without Cringer, without Battlecat, without Jonesy. He had to be in the Masters of the Universe review. Let's see how long he lasts, because normally he wants to get away if I talk into the camera. But now he's okay. Huh? Got my He-Man back there. And I got a lot of Masters of the Universe here as well. Okay? You're not Cringer today. You're not whining, which is good. No, you look a little bit sad on camera. Like a little bit like Grumpy Cat. But yes, I'm gonna cut here again. I just wanted to let you know that Cringer is doing this review with me today, and he's probably gonna sit in his not in his place, but in his favorite place, down under the desk. Right, Cringer? No, Jonesy, yeah? Yeah. Alright folks, finally the review of Masters of the Universe 2026. It is time. The embargo date is today, June 2nd, 1500 CET. I got my He-Man back there, who is ready to battle Skeletor, which I keep here so those two don't interfere. I needed to get Jonesy into the review because Jonesy is my Cringer, my Battlecat. He needs to be in there, right? I am allowed to talk about the movie as from today. I want to keep this movie spoiler free. I always keep the movie reviews, this movie spoiler free, this movie review spoiler free. I always keep my review spoiler free, or I tell you otherwise. Strangely enough, I had to sign an embargo, which is normal because that embargo ensures that if I talk about the movie before the embargo date ends or before I'm allowed to talk about it, then I get punished. I'm not going to be invited to any more press screenings or these kind of things, and I think there's even a more severe punishment involved that can happen, and you sign it, so yeah. But I also have been asked by NBC Universal to not discuss spoilers, which is something I normally am not asked. I know why, because there are a lot of cool things in the movie that could spoil a lot of things for the people who haven't seen it, even though I wouldn't consider it necessarily a spoiler, but I understand what they mean. I want to keep this movie spoiler free anyway, so no trouble there. So, how do we start? I think the best thing or the best way to start is to tell you that this movie is a lot of fun, that this movie is really over the top. It has a lot of 80s vibes. It doesn't take itself seriously, and that's a good thing. It is actually ridiculing the 80s a little bit without taking the coolness away from it, and I love that. I love that it's taking things that in the 80s were kind of normal, like names. For example, think of Fisto, who is one of my most favorite characters, and he's in the trailer. I mean, we all know he's in this movie. He's one of my most favorite characters in the Masters of the Universe world on Eternia. I think he's very, very cool. I always love to have the action figure. I do have him still, not here in the man cave. I only got like Strider and Man-E faces here. No spoiler, those are not in the movie, both of them, but I just wanted to show you the old vintage figures here. I got a lot of Masters of the Universe stuff, but Fisto, for example, the name nowadays sounds a bit weird, right? To me, as a kid, I didn't think anything of it, but nowadays it's a bit like, is that still okay? But they even make fun of that a couple of times in the movie, and it's okay. So it's taking that 80s vibe, it's taking that 80s music, and that is fantastic as well, but still ridiculing it a bit, still over the top, and overall it just fits well together. It's in a modern jacket, and that's good. Nicholas, who is cast as Adam, is fantastic. I love him as Adam. I think he's a great guy to be Adam, and he obviously embodies this character very, very well. And Camila Mendes, for example, who is cast as Tila, is cast very well too. I love her as Tila. I think she's badass, but again, badass without dissing Adam too much. We had that sometimes in the past that Tila was like really. I mean, Tila always has been a bit of a know-it-all, right? And that's good. That's okay. But still, she had a good heart. And this Tila, Camila Mendes, has a really, really good heart and is just a charismatic Tila and absolutely fantastic. We got a couple of other very well-known actors like Morena Baccarin, who is playing the sorceress. We saw that in the trailer as well. Alison Brie, who is playing Evelyn. Jared Leto, who is playing Skeletor. And actually, he's a good Skeletor. I like him as Skeletor. And I think he's really, really evil. And that is what a bad guy should be. A bad guy should be evil without any levels in there. Just evil. And that is very, very awesome as well. But Adam, as a small kid on Eternia, right in the opening sequence, so first 5 minutes of the movie, is training a lot with Man-at-Arms, who is played by Idris Elba, and fantastically cast as well. The cast is awesome. Let's keep it to this. The cast is absolutely great. Everybody's embodying their character like very, very well. So he's training and he's getting beat up, and he's like a little, very, very small little kid, smaller than the others. Nobody wants to train with him except for Tila, who is training with him. And at that moment, Eternia, or Eternus, which is the capital city of Eternia, is attacked, and Adam and his family have to flee to Castle Grayskull. And again, this happens in the first few minutes, so no real spoilers there. And Adam is sent to Earth with the Sword of Power, with the magical sword, because he needs to protect that sword, and he needs that sword to come back to Eternia, and they want to keep him safe. And Skeletor, with his henchmen, is closing in on Castle Grayskull and actually really like, being the bad guy he is. So Adam is sent to Earth, and on the way to Earth, through like a wormhole, he's losing his sword, so he doesn't have a way to come back, and he's starting a normal life as an Earthling, Adam Glenn, which is a nice side note because his mom, Malena, who is the queen, the wife of King Rendor, is called Malena Glenn, and she's originally from Earth. That's why they sent Adam there. And that's happening within the first couple of minutes. So Adam can't come back, but at a certain point, obviously, he can come back, but he first has to find the power sword. I mean, we have all seen that he's back on Eternia as well in the trailers. The story overall is pretty straightforward. Eternia is in turmoil because Skeletor is, a very, very bad ruler. And he has imprisoned almost everybody. There's a small resistance consisting of several heroes of Eternus, several masters of the universe. And those resistance fighters obviously need help because they are hopelessly outnumbered and outgunned. And Adam will be the one to help them out at a certain point, as we have seen in the trailers. I mean, that's the story. He turns into He-Man. He's not even called He-Man in the movie because I think that's one of those 80s references, same as Fisto or Reman is another one. And again, you see Reman in the trailers as well and in the beginning of the movie. That's just a bit weird nowadays. And an epic fight is ensured once Adam is back and finds his way through his struggles to become He-Man and to become the savior of Eternia. I won't go into more details except for the fact that the story kind of is pretty straightforward. Adam is coming back, he's joining up with the gang, and obviously they have to fight Skeletor. And there's a lot happening in between, and there's a lot of stuff going on, and it looks fantastic. It looks like the young Jürgen would hoped a Masters of the Universe movie would look like. I loved the 80s movie. I think it was great for the time, and I think it had all the right to place most of the story on Earth, because they simply didn't have the effects back then to create an Eternia like they created now, which looks fantastic. With a Castle Grayskull, that looks fantastic. With Eternos, that looks fantastic. I see Snake Mountain looking fantastic. And again, we've all seen this in the trailer. They are wandering through... In Germany, we called it Wüste der Zeit, which is called like the desert of time, or die Ebene der Ewigkeit, the plane of eternity. I don't know if the names are the same in English, but all these places you recognize from your childhood, and that is fantastic, and I love that. So the whole movie is... I'm going to wrap up the story here because I don't want to spoil anything else. The whole movie is looking awesome. It's a trip back to your childhood. It has cool characters. The cool characters get their moments, good and bad. They all have a little moment here and there in certain fights with certain one-liners. It's okay. I think they fit every character they could fit in here, and still I missed some, but overall it was okay. It was good. We got enough. It is what it is. I mean, I'm happy with the good guys. I would have liked to see one or two more different ones maybe, but overall the choices were made, and the same goes for the bad guys. The essential bad guys are in there, and we've all seen them in the trailers as well, including, of course, Trapjaw, Triclops, and Beastman, who we have seen in the last trailer on Earth. And I think these are the main three henchmen of Skeletor, but we got a lot of others as well. So overall, story is okay, story is good, it looks fantastic, it's just fun, it's over the top, it doesn't take itself seriously. I wanted to say a little, I wanted to give a little side note. Overall, the verdict for me is, if you are a fan of the 80s Masters of the Universe, it pays tribute in so many things. There are a lot of Easter eggs hidden there. There are a lot of cool characters. There are a lot of music choices. There are cameos. There are stay for the credits, and stay very long for the credits, because there are 2 post-credit scenes, which doesn't spoil what's in them, but stay seated. There's a first post-credit scene and then a second one. And there are all these little things in there, even on Earth, with when he gets back his sword, which we have seen in the trailer as well, in the comic store. Look at everything around. I mean, that's all old Masters of the Universe stuff. Early sketches, early characters, these kind of things. All these hidden little things are fantastic. So there's a lot of love that went into this movie. A lot of details a lot of people won't see. And as a fan, I mean, a single mention of a certain city triggers something like, hey, that's that guy there, because I know it, but others probably won't know. But still, if you are a fan, you will love this. If you are an old school fan, you will love this. It doesn't matter if they are young He-Man and young Teela. That's fine. I'm going to see this with my kids, and my kids grew up with Masters of the Universe a little bit as well. Because of me, most kids nowadays don't really know it, because there's not really a cartoon. Let's not get started about the Revelation stuff. That wasn't for me personally. I love Kevin Smith, I definitely do, but I think he did a bad job with that one, and that's probably the first time he did a bad job, because I love most of his movies, even the ones that other people do not like. Doesn't matter, we're not talking about Revelations, but it's different. This is good. this is fun. This is really, really awesome, and I'm gonna enjoy this with my kids, and I know 100% that they will love this as well. So look out for the cameos, look out for the little Easter eggs, look out for the things that might tell you something about the future of Masters of the Universe. And enjoy the ride, enjoy all the vehicles who have been updated, enjoy all the visuals and Castle Grayskull and the Sword of Power and Snake Mountain and all the whole Eternia is there. I mean, He-Man or Adam at a certain point drops from a flying vehicle. I won't even name it because you might not know it or you might want to be surprised. It's the one that's normally stationed on top of Castle Grayskull. But he falls down into a forest, which to me is the Immergrün der Wald, which should be like the evergreen forest, and everything looks lively, and yeah, it's just fun, and the interaction between the characters is cool, and they're all charismatic, and they all are okay. One little thing I didn't like, and when you see it, you're gonna see it, they're doing bad on one character, and that I didn't enjoy because it's a very cool character, and he doesn't get what he deserves, and that I didn't like. Once the spoiler season, or once we can talk about it a little more openly, I will let you know what it is. It doesn't ruin the movie for me at all, but it bugged me a little bit. For the rest, I loved it. Masters of the Universe, go see it, really do. I think it's awesome. I enjoyed it a lot. I had a lot of fun. I'm gonna see it again with the kids, and I'm gonna enjoy it. I got very nostalgic at a certain point, and that's okay. I mean, we all know Cringer is there, and even the opening sequence. Everybody, when the first trailer came out and there was the lion, and everybody was like, "Yeah, why didn't they use Cringer?" You will see in the movie, in the opening sequence, as they did in the last trailer, they're using him for that. But Cringer in the movie, like, there is a Cringer there. I mean, it's so cool, and we all know he's there because he's in the trailers as well. But these little things make me happy. Stay healthy, folks. Stay frosty. Let me know if you've seen it and if you liked it. Don't spoil anything for the others. Stay until the second post-credit scene. It's very, very important. Thanks a lot for listening, folks. I hope to talk to you next time, and I hope you enjoyed the movie review of Masters of the Universe by the power of Grayskull. Awesomeness.